French President Emmanuel Macron has held talks with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, in Versailles. The two leaders have discussed the fight against terrorism as well as the conflicts in Ukraine and Syria. Macron has accused Russian news outlets of propaganda against him during the presidential elections earlier this month. Our correspondent Kate Parkinson has the details.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin both keen to present Monday's meeting as the start of a new era for French-Russian relations. Relations between the two countries have been very tense in recent years, particularly over the issues of Ukraine and Syria. Their talks went on for much longer than expected. Macron described them as being a very frank exchange, and during the joint press conference at the end of their meeting, both leaders did indicate that they would be willing and could imagine them working together, particularly on the issue of Syria. Although Macron mentioned the use of chemical weapons in Syria, he said any use of chemical weapons is a red line for France and would trigger an immediate response. A stark reminder that, in fact, France and Russia are still backing opposing sides in that conflict. There were still some rather awkward moments, particularly when the French president decided to lash out against state-backed Russian media during the joint press conference. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
When press organs spread infamous counter-truths, they're no longer journalists. They're organs of influence. Russia Today and Sputnik have been organs of influence throughout this campaign, and they've repeatedly produced counter-truths about me and my campaign.
Macron's campaign team has repeatedly accused Russian media of trying to smear his presidential campaign. Now, Putin denied that Russia had tried to influence the French presidential election and said that actually election meddling had not come up during their talks. Although following his extraordinary outburst there, it was clear that Emmanuel Macron did have something he needed to get off his chest. Kate Parkinson, CGTN, Paris.